a very, very highly anticipated bout, if you're me, at least. You know what I mean? I don't know how many people are like really hyped up on this bout, but I have to say this, AJ. This bout could be a main event to me. Like, we already talked about we're gonna have Arnold Allen versus Sadiq Youssef. That's basically serving as our main event that we're gonna be talking about on this episode. But I think that like if UFC was like smart, they would say, oh, let's put Amanda Nunes's baby mama and Mackenzie Dern and Nina Ansaroff is by no means just an extension of Amanda Nunes. And Amanda Nunes is just the GOAT right now, you know what I mean? So it's like you have to put that there. But Nina Ansaroff is no slouch, absolutely not. So let's talk about it, AJ. First off, out of sight, out of mind, right? Is that what we're thinking? You know, who has been talking about Nina Ansaroff lately? Nobody, right? But we have been seeing a lot of Mackenzie Dern. She's been very, very active, right? 4-1 over her last 5, and she got 3 submission wins in her last 5 victories. So let's talk about it. How does this fight play out, man? I think on the feet, Nina Ansaroff has a substantial advantage. Substantial. I don't even think it's close. And I think Mackenzie Dern, now that she's training over there at Black House MMA, is trying to turn into a boxer. I think she's trying to show that, oh, I can do more than submit you. I can actually hang with you on the feet, which is what she's going to need if she ever wants to be a champion. But do you think she's got what it takes to hang with Nina?
That's actually the kind of the story of the match for me, Derek. This one's kind of a more like what we don't know in Nina Ansaroff because we haven't seen her in quite a while, and she kind of looms in Amanda Nunes' shadow. Versus what we don't know in Mackenzie Dern is, are her hands that good? Because we saw in Dern's last match against Verna Jandiroba, her striking was pretty fluid, man. She was sticking, she was quick, super aggressive. She was able to hold her own against Jandiroba. Now that's against Jandiroba, so we'll see if she's the same striker as Nina Ansaroff. I don't really think so, and probably not. But you know, we haven't seen Nina in quite a while. So my big thing is about Nina is she's probably, you know, like you said, she's with the GOAT. They just had a baby. They've been training, you know. So are we going to see something where she comes out and she dominates on the ground and not necessarily utilizes just stand up striking?
Yeah, I'm not sure, man. And my thing that the way I was looking at this fight is I was looking striker wrestler, right? But Mackenzie Dern isn't a wrestler, man. She's a BJJ all-star. She's incredible when we're talking about Brazilian jiu-jitsu, right? But do you know she averages less than half a takedown per fight? So that's the thing is when you see Mackenzie Dern hit the ground, generally her opponent takes her down or her opponent drops her or she pulls guard or something like that, but she's not looking to take you down. So my thought process is Nina Ansaroff versus Tatiana Suarez in her last fight. That did not go very well. Tatiana Suarez is a very high-level wrestler, right? Now, let's go back a little bit further. How about her fight right before that, Claudia Gadelha? Now, I posted up a little clip on our All Factors Considered page of this beautiful, like, switch type, you know, I don't even know what you call it, man. It was a beautiful kick. She kicked Claudia Gadelha square in her face, and it just went to show the different levels in terms of her kickboxing as opposed to a conventional kickboxer or just as opposed to Mackenzie Dern. Now, I think that, so when you watch that fight and going back on it, just quick synopsis, right? Nina Ansaroff gets taken down by Gadelha in the first round. She has no answer on the ground. So that's what really scares me about this fight. But when she was able to get on the feet, she was able to keep it on the feet until maybe one other opportunity in that fight where Gadelha secured the takedown and whatnot. But it goes to show that Nina Ansaroff, especially working with Amanda Nunes, especially at American Top Team, they're gonna show her how to stay on her feet if she needs it. So how can Mackenzie Dern win this fight if she can't secure a takedown?
If she can't, that was my big thing, is if she can secure the takedown, because she's gonna need to do something. I'm expecting Ansaroff to come with a whole nother like tool set of skills, man. Like her being now a new mom and like mama bear mode with the lioness in your corner, that's a dangerous matchup, you know. So I think it's gonna be a very hard fight by Mackenzie, but I think she needs to be more proficient on the feet. Shock Nina where she don't. I mean, if anyone's really thinking about the stand up, like you said, Nina Ansaroff is just levels above. Yeah. Now I think Mackenzie Dern needs to come out and shock the world and start pinning her with some good ones, clean, fast, and in a hurry. First round, get it kind of shocked and like. Do you remember that look that who's a really tall one that just fought Nina or Amanda Nunes?
Megan Anderson. Yeah, Megan Anderson.
Megan Anderson. That look that Megan Anderson had when she got hit the first time, where she's like, oh, if Mackenzie Dern can pin that face on Nina Ansaroff in a stand-up where she's not expecting, I think that's the real route to victory. Look for that and then secure a takedown. That was my biggest thing, is exactly that. It's to actually do something different, secure the takedown instead of let it come your way.
So my thing about Mackenzie Dern is it's going to be this, man. I think that she's one of those fighters we love to talk about, right? Because she's a BJJ practitioner who could throw with reckless abandon because she does not care if she gets taken down. Please, please take me down. Like, that's where I want the fight anyways, right? But I also, like I said, I can't reiterate this enough, right? I do truly believe Mackenzie Dern has it in her head where she's like, I need to show people I can strike. Yeah, her hands look good against Vina Jandiroba, who's also a BJJ practitioner. She's not a striker. Vina Jandiroba is the furthest thing from a striker, but she's very high level because of her abilities on the ground, right? She just has that kind of rudimentary striking right now in her game. So it's going to be a big step up, and we can keep talking about that, but let's talk about momentum for a second. Nina Ansaroff, she's ranked, I believe, number 4 in the women's strawweight division. So this is a huge fight. This is by no means a small stakes fight. Like, for Mackenzie Dern, if she can get a win, especially in impressive fashion, then Mackenzie Dern could potentially set herself up to kind of skip that queue, jump up, and challenge for the title. You know what I mean? It's Rose versus Weili Zhang, or Zhang Weili. Apologies, sometimes I forget which the order is of those names, but our champ. You know what I mean? Magnum, right? So a couple weeks down the road, couple months down the road, we might be seeing Mackenzie Dern challenge for a title, or Nina Ansaroff challenge for a title, because she is about 34, 35 years old, and you're running out of time. You got to make something happen. Now, final thoughts, AJ. Who wins this and why? But before you tell me that, I want to know, does Mackenzie Dern, if she gets a submission win, is it the same level of like, oh my God, I can't believe you just did that, as opposed if she were to get like a knockout win? I think a knockout win sends her through the stratosphere. She's like, oh, okay, get her fighting for the belt. But if she wins by submission again, people, I think, they're just gonna. It's kind of like Ngannou, he lost his like flavor in terms of like, we're like, wow, we know you can knock everybody out, but are you ever gonna challenge for a title if you don't learn how to wrestle? You know what I mean? Like, we knew this dude was a monster and a killer on the feet, but we were just like, can you ever make that next step? Now, I think that's gonna be the question for Mackenzie Dern, and she's gonna have to answer. So yeah, give me some thoughts.
I agree with you 100%. I think if she just goes and taps Nina Ansaroff, okay, yeah, I mean, we almost kind of expected it, like you said, the same thing with Ngannou, but is she ever going to be able to solve the problem with her hands? Well, that'll be the test to see, and that's what I'm excited for this match. And personally, for me, that's what I think is going to happen. He's going to control it a little bit, bully her around the octagon, and Mackenzie Dern might piece her up. We'll see. I was looking for her to secure a takedown and go for a submission round 1. That's how I think it's going to end. Quick, dirty with the submission, kind of how we're expecting it. But I want to see how she does handle herself on her feet. But I think it's going kind of predictable. It's kind of a boring pick, to be completely honest with you. Who you got, Derek?
Yeah, I want to go for Nina Ansaroff, but I have to give my final conclusory point, if that's even a word, but my conclusion, right? And it's this. Do you remember when Mackenzie Dern, when she fought Amanda Ribas, right? You remember that? I'm pretty sure that was her first fight after having a baby, and she looked absolutely terrible. Am I right? Or it was either Hannah Cifers or Amanda Ribas. I'm pretty sure it was Ribas, because then she lost the fight, right? She looked very bad because, postpartum, all that good stuff. She's trying to get back into the groove of things. And I believe in momentum, and I believe in those MMA curses, man. And I think Nina Ansaroff, fresh off the baby, first fight off the baby, it's going to look a little rough. And then the next one out, then she might be able to, get her bearings back. So for that reason, I wanted to go to Nina Ansaroff, because I think that she could bait Mackenzie Dern into a kickboxing match and kind of get in her head that way. But I got to go Mackenzie Dern, and I'm actually going to go I don't think she could win this by decision unless she does something spectacular in the wrestling. So I'm going to go a second round submission, just catch her with something. Nina Ansaroff has been submitted before, so we'll see what happens. But that's the pick on that one, man. And you're right, it's kind of boring, but at the same time, man, if Nina Ansaroff gets the dub, I think it's going to surprise us a little bit more, you know what I mean, than most people are anticipating right now.